From the Weather NorCal Command Center, this is your evening update.
Dennis's Heating and Air Conditioning is Northern California's premier heating and air conditioning contractor. From residential housing, large commercial projects, installation to repair, sheet metal fabrication, and everything in between, we are your go-to heating and air conditioning specialist.
Well, good evening, everyone. I'm Chief Meteorologist Mike Kruger. I want to remind you of a new show called Coffee with Kruger every morning at 6:30. As the storm system approaches, folks, you're going to want to really keep an update on the latest conditions. We go into nowcasting with what's going on now, of course, at the current hour in the early morning hours at 6:30, and then, of course, talk about that approaching storm system. So to stay up to speed with what's going on with the upcoming storm system, be sure to check out Coffee with Kruger tomorrow morning live at 6:30 on all of my social media platforms, also available on Fire TV, Roku, Amazon Fire Stick. You've got the app. You can also go to weathernorcal.com to get the latest information, and this is going to be your best source of information every morning as part of your morning routine. Be sure to check it out. Coffee with Kruger every morning live at 6:30. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at our weather headlines out there for this morning. And you can bet it is going to be another storm system moving in. And this storm system is going to pack quite a punch. I do expect it to bring us more rainfall for the valley. I do expect to see more snow in the mountains. That being said, snow levels are expected to be a tad higher with this storm system than the one we saw just passed. Now, there will be more travel delays and chain requirements, as I mentioned. But I do expect once this storm passes by Sunday, we're looking at drier and slightly warmer conditions here, and that may last through all of next week. There is a slight chance that we may see some activity kind of kicking in here. Looks like sometime around Tuesday or Wednesday of next week. So there you can see this is the storm system that is approaching. This is moving eastward, and as it does so, we'll begin to see more clouds come in here for tomorrow. But it's still going to take a while before the precipitation actually gets here, the rain and the snow. All right, so here's, of course, today. We're taking you to tonight and into tomorrow morning, and there's about 8 a.m. We're still seeing dry conditions, but the clouds are beginning to move in. The rain's still way off to our west. But then we go into around the noon hour on Friday. We begin to see the rain just hit the coast, maybe a few snow flurries off into western Siskiyou County, but still fairly dry everywhere else. Then we go through the afternoon into the evening hours. This is when we start to see chances for rain and snow for everyone. So light showers for the valley, light snow off in the eastern mountains, and really light to moderate snow in Siskiyou County, not to mention some rain down into the lower elevations. Now, if you look at the Highway 299 corridor, it looks to be all in the form of rain, even at Buckhorn Summit. So it could be interesting there. Snow levels, as I said, are expected to be a little bit higher. However, they may drop a bit as we go into the overnight hours, so Friday night into Saturday morning. So we may see some problems on Buckhorn Summit, but I also anticipate to see more snow on I-5. Now, I would not doubt that as we go into Saturday morning, the snow, as you can see here, dark blue, that is heavy snow. So as you start heading north on I-5, we may be looking at not only chain requirements, but the potential for road closures of I-5 because of that heavy snow in that region. But what we'll notice here, you see all in the form of rain here for most of Trinity County southward. We're beginning to see some warmer air begin to move in with this storm system. So as a result, snow levels will start to rise through the day on Saturday. So even though they'll start off fairly low on Saturday, we'll begin to see them kind of climb throughout the day. Now there's the noon hour. I still expect to maybe see some snow around Mount Shasta City on I-5. And of course, we're still seeing some of that rain. Now, by the way, keep in mind, we're looking at heavy rainfall at times, especially in the morning hours here, even for the valley. But notice by the noon hour, it's beginning to kind of taper off for the coast. And in fact, as we go into 5 p.m., now most of the snow is off to the east. We're still seeing some showers in the valley, but things are starting to kind of quiet down off to the west. And eventually, by Saturday night, minus some of these snow flurries we have off to the east, things are starting to dry out, and we do expect drier conditions by your Sunday. All right, so look at the rainfall totals. Latest totals now coming in at over 2 inches for Redding. That might be overdoing it. It just depends on how long this rain sticks around, but I do expect to at least see over 1 inch of rain for the valley, and we could be looking at over 2 inches of rain for the north coast. With that said, you can see we start to see less and less rain as you start heading off to the east and northeast. Forecast snow totals also seeing some higher amounts, especially out towards Mount Shasta City. I mean, upwards of 8, maybe 12 inches of snow. That might be pushing it to the 12 inches, but we may be on the lower end of that. But you can see about 4 to 8 for Alturas, maybe 8 to 12 for Chester. So we're beginning to see some high snow amounts for some of those higher elevations. But again, we are looking at, of course, those higher snow levels. Warmer air is beginning to move in, and as a result, those snow levels will be a bit higher. So let's take a look at Futurecast and taking you into Sunday. Now, Sunday looks dry. Monday, Tuesday of next week are looking dry as well. Now, this particular forecast model has kept us dry pretty much through all of next week for quite some time. It is picking up a little bit on what the European forecast model has been picking up on. Is right around Tuesday and a Wednesday, we may see a disturbance kind of kick in Northern California, giving us a chance for showers. So you can kind of see it, especially along the coast going into Wednesday, but Wednesday, Thursday, and even into Friday of next week, it's still looking fairly dry. Now, again, you can see the precipitation outlook has us in the very lowest category of above normal rainfall. So yeah, there still is a chance for rain in the forecast, but it's not going to be a lot, especially after, of course, what we see on Saturday. But warmer air will still be in place. In fact, we look at the long-range model here. There you can see this ridge of high pressure. It will start to eventually build over us, and it should be here by around Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Now, number one, it'll give us those warmer temperatures I was talking about, but number two, the rain and storms that are over the Pacific are going to be diverted and pushed up to the north. And as a result, we see those drier conditions in the forecast as well. All right, we change gears, take a look at those wave heights. They will be dropping here for your Friday, but look it up to the north here. We're seeing the next storm system approach. And as a result, we are going to see those wave heights begin to increase as the storm system moves through on Saturday. So here's a marine forecast for your Friday. South winds at 10 to 20 knots, waves from the northwest at 8 feet at 2 seconds. And there you can see your high and low tide for tomorrow. Your sunrise at 7:38 and your sunset tomorrow at 5:11. And of course, looking at showers in the forecast here for tomorrow. Here's what it looks like tonight. We are looking at temperatures dropping down into the upper 20s and low 30s. So another chilly start to the day. You're going to be dealing with some frost for the valley. And of course, looking at those temperatures in the teens. Maybe even some single digits for some of the higher elevations off into the eastern mountains. And there you can see, of course, along the coast, it's going to be pretty cold there as well, dropping down to the upper 30s to low 40s. So again, we talk about the hard freeze prep. That's something we need to kind of just keep in mind. Pets, plants, and people are the main three things that we need to think about here. Your pipes, at least for the valley, aren't going to be so much of a concern, but it's always a good idea to kind of have that in the back of your mind. And if you haven't done so already, it's probably a good idea to start thinking about insulating those pipes just in case we get one of those hard freezes and we don't want to see those pipes burst. All right, here's your neighborhood by neighborhood forecast for Trinity County. We start things off with, see snow levels eventually up to 3,000 feet at its lowest on Saturday, but climbing through the day on Saturday. And your highs for your Friday will be in the low 40s. Your North Coast neighborhood forecast, temperatures in the low, maybe get some mid-50s in there as well. Drying out by Sunday, and we keep it dry through Thursday of next week. We take you up north. Smith River, 53, 50 in Gas Key. There's Orleans with a high of 45, Willow Creek, 47, and looks like McKinleyville, the high of about 53 degrees. And your Siskiyou County neighborhood forecast. Rain and snow as on Friday and Saturday. Drying out by Sunday. And for the most part, it looks like it will be dry through Thursday of next week. Here's your Modoc County neighborhood forecast. Temperatures will be in the low to mid 30s, so another cold day for your Friday. And we take a look at your Eastern Mountains forecast. Chester 37, Westwood 36, Shingletown about 40, and 43 degrees in Paradise. All right, let's take a look at your Valley neighborhood forecast brought to you by Haas Farms. Those temperatures upper 40s to about 50, and looks like it will warm up with those drier conditions here starting Sunday. Should be in the mid, eventually upper 50s to maybe even around 60 by next Thursday. Take a look at your Valley neighborhood forecast northward. There, of course, you can see your Red Bluff 7-day forecast. Showers in the evening, and then, of course, rain heavy at times, especially in the morning on Saturday. More showers Saturday afternoon, dry for Sunday through Thursday. And looking at your 7-day outlook for Redding, of course, the same chance for showers tomorrow evening and showers Saturday afternoon. And then on Sunday, we will dry things out, keep it dry through Thursday. And again, look how much warmer it gets. We're going to get in the upper 50s to low 60s by next Wednesday and Thursday.